Hi, it's Rob from robandonphoto.com with a quick introduction video to the Lensbaby Composer lens system, which I received off Lensbaby last week. Okay, what is a Lensbaby? Well, to put it simply, a Lensbaby is a 50mm lens for your DSLR or your SLR camera. And it's a 50mm lens that also has a rather unique property of being sharp in the center but blurred toward the outside, and it's a really interesting blur because it's a kind of a cross between a depth of field blur and a bit of like a zoom blur all rolled into one. So it's quite a unique look that's difficult to emulate in Photoshop or post-processing, and it enables you to see the world in a different way and can really sort of reignite your photography in terms of inspiration and trying something new. So as I said, it's a 50mm lens, and as you can see it looks okay on the front of my 350D Digital Rebel XT. It's a manual lens, so in order to focus it you turn that ring there. But where it starts to get really special is the fact that we talked about the fact that in the middle it's sharp, and then as you get towards the outside of the picture it gets blurred. But what's really clever now is that you can move that zone of sharpness by rotating it. So if I was using the Lensbaby now, hey, I'll tell you what, I wonder if we can. Let's have a quick look. Can we see through there? No, too dark. Oh well, I'll set that one up next time. Anyway, what would happen is, to start off with in the middle, it would be sort of nice and sharp here, but then as I moved it round, the zone of sharpness could move to there and then round again. And then what you can also do, so the way you use it is you tend to leave it in the middle, focus on your subject, move it, fine tune your focus, and then lock that ring there, which means that the lens is now locked in that position. And then to unlock it, you turn that and it's all nice and loose again. Now, the thing you might be saying is, where's the aperture? How do I control my aperture for my depth of field and everything else? Well, what they tend to recommend is you control your exposure with your ISO and your shutter speed, and then you control your depth of field with the aperture. Now this is where it gets really, really clever, because, well, clever in the fact that it's quite cool the way you do it. You might be able to see at the moment inside my Lensbaby I've got an f8 aperture. You might be able to see the number 8 back there. So what have we got here? Well, in this little box that you can bring with you, I've got all these aperture rings, which are basically little discs with different size holes in, and they've all got numbers on. And so if you want the maximum Lensbaby effect, you could run it without any disc in at all. And to get it out, all you do is you take your little tool that they give you, pop it in, the magnet pulls it out, and now the Lensbaby is wide open. There's no aperture ring in there, so I think it's about f2. But if I want a different one, say f2.8, because I want the sharp bit to be, fairly small, but not as big as it would be, not as small as it would be if I was shooting wide open, just drop it in. Say if I want to make the sharp spot bigger, go down f11, oops, drop it in. How easy is that? I want to change it, pop the magnet in, there we go. And these aperture rings, let me put I put my 5.6 in. Whoops. 5.6 is in. They all live in this rather nifty little tool. They live in here. And there's a little, that goes on, whoops, missed one. It goes in there. End of a film canister over the top. Little cover for the magnet. And there we go. So you have control over where your sweet spot is in your camera, your point of sharpness, but also you have control over how big that sweet spot is by changing the aperture. Really nice bit of kit, really well put together. And let's take it off the camera. As you can see, it's got a nice, really nice metal mount as well. You know, this thing isn't cheaply built at all. Feels nice and solid. It's got a nice weight to it, very similar to the Canon 50mm 1.8 that I've got. Snaps into place really sweetly. Been very impressed so far, and I've had great fun taking some pictures with it. What I'll be doing in some later videos is we'll be looking at the different glass you can put into the Lensbaby as well, because this little thing you can see zooming in and out now, this particular piece of glass is the double glass optic, and what we really want to do with that is we can change that to a single glass optic, a pinhole or zone plate, and a plastic optic, but I'll be talking about that in later videos. Okay, so that's Rob from robnellphoto.com with my quick video introduction to the Lensbaby Composer. Thanks for watching.